listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest. Patty Clark is with us. She wrote this book, Damsel in Distress, Girly Antics and Other Shenanigans. Those of you watching us, Ron Siegel Radio, ronsiegelradio.tv or Facebook Live, we're holding up a copy of the book right now. Welcome, Patty.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. Some of these are a little challenging when you look at these celebrations for this date. It's amazing. I looked at some of them, and some of them really, they were a little interesting when I looked at them today. I saw that today, and some of them I'm not even sure I can speak them just because they go against my religion. But I'll try and get through them anyway. National Thermal Engineer Day today.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. National Drive-Through Day. Now, are we talking food or what? If, having beaten anorexia, I can live with that one. Amelia Earhart Day is today. Amelia Earhart Day today. Yeah, not a lot of excitement on that one either. Let's continue down the list. National Cousins Day.
You're absolutely useless.
Yeah, maybe not that one either. So we'll continue on with our list. Oh, wait a second. I think I found one that I can get behind today. It is July 24th. Grab your lime, take a little bit of salt. It is National Tequila Day. Tequila Day. That one might be for Christy here in the office. We'll see if National Tequila. What's your favorite tequila? Do you have a favorite tequila? Or is it just any tequila that you can find? We'll see. There might be some people that are into that. Just, whatever tequila works for you is the best one. Whatever you enjoy. I'll stick with my Ketel One Martini up, please. Very dry, 3 blue cheese olives. We'll stick with that one at any time that we can. Checking out the markets today. What's going on in the markets? Dow Jones Industrial Average down 54.5 points. Oil up 49 cents per barrel. Gallon of gasoline, national average $2.28.4 here in the state of Taxifornia, or the state of confusion, whichever one you want to call it. $2.91.2. $2.91.2 is what we're paying for a gallon. Ow! Yeah, they're a little slow, but yeah, that's painful. Especially when you can go to North Carolina and get a gallon of gasoline for $1.98 and a half. $1.98 and a half. And here in Taxifornia, $2.91.2. And our state legislature wants to raise that even more. They don't really care about your pain. It doesn't matter to them. As long as they can get more money of yours to spend, they'll be very, very happy. Continuing on with our market research here. U.S. 10-year Treasury down a little bit, 2.255. That is a U.S. 10-year Treasury right now. Why do I watch that? I tell you that all the time. Because that is a leading indicator for what's going to happen in the mortgage-backed securities. Now, we are also looking and seeing that U.S. existing home sales, they fell a little bit. Why would U.S. existing home sales fall? Well, it's a very simple answer. There's nothing to sell. See, when people don't put their house up for sale, you have to understand that U.S. home sales are going to fall because if there's nothing to sell, then sales can't continue to increase. So we did see a slight decrease. We missed the numbers. Dropped 1.81% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 5.52 million units last month. May's pace was unrevised at 5.62 million units. Economists, they don't get it right very often. Forecasts falling sales of 1% to 5.58 million. Sales up 0.7% from June of 2016. And again, with nothing to sell, you can't have good sales. It just does not work that way. Speaking of nothing, well, we've got more on the biggest nothing in American politics, American history. Think about this one. Just watching, I love watching this stuff. The Democrats out there again. Once again, they are Democrats, Russians laughing at the phony Russian witch hunt. Isn't it amazing how the media continues on this same story? And I found this one fascinating. Just heard this for the first time this morning. I heard that Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, going in, I knew about this part, going in to testify before some of the intelligence committees. Really? Did they really say an intelligence committee in Congress? Isn't that an oxymoron? How do they have an intelligence committee in Congress? But I love this concept, though. Now, everybody and their uncle texts nowadays. I don't know, maybe some of your uncles don't text, but everybody else does. So Kushner's in this meeting with the attorney from Russia. That's the big scandal du jour. And he sends a text message to his assistant saying, "Call me on my cell phone, get me out of this meeting." Now, I think that's fascinating. I just love that idea. The meeting was so worthless that he's sending a text message to his assistant, "Call me on an urgent matter, get me out of here. I don't even want to stay here." And who was the other one that was in there? Manafort. He was on his phone the entire time. I love just listening to some of this stuff. It's just so fast. Have you ever done that? Have you ever been in a meeting and you had somebody else call? Now, I would imagine, I haven't looked at it, but is there an app for that? That'll just call your cell phone back so you can try and get out of a meeting that you don't want to be in? Just a question mark for you. Uh-oh, California, Taxifornia, we may be in trouble. Colorado, you might be in trouble too. Trump administration readying a crackdown on marijuana users under Attorney General Jeff Sessions. They're looking at a task force that's supposed to have recommendations no later than the 27th of July, talking about how they're going to crack down sales and use of marijuana, regardless of whether it is legal in the state or not. You see, there's this little thing called federal law, and you got to follow that one as well. Might be bothering some people. They don't like that idea, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that one as well. Watch out. If you're traveling around, if the state gets you, well, this is Taxifornia, they don't care. But if the feds get you, you may be going to a federal court, and it might have a different implication. Watch out. The National Association of Realtors, 1.2 million strong in that lobby. They're going after, and they're finally signing on, I guess, apparently, to the idea that we might have to watch out and see about flood insurance, about the federal programs for flood insurance. So they're on it. Your local realtor is on it, so keep an eye on that one as well. Can you imagine this? I said this last week. I've been saying it right along. Rand Paul's nothing more than a Democrat in sheep's clothing. Well, now he's teaming up with Senator Kamala Harris. Talk about that. I mean, unbelievable. I hope that Willie Brown's not involved in this one again, but we'll see. They're talking about the Pre-Trial Integrity and Safety Act. They wrote an article for the failing New York Times on Thursday talking about our justice system is not fair because people who commit crimes, sometimes they're low income, and the bail system isn't fair to everybody. Maybe they should just lock up some senators. Harris, Paul. Wouldn't that be nice? But at least it's bipartisan. I mean, I have both of them. They can lock them both up because neither one of them are worth anything. Moving right along. Charlie Gard, have you followed this case? It's very, very sad. Little baby Charlie Gard. I wonder what's going on, though, because the parents are withdrawing their application to bring their sick baby to the U.S. Wonder why that's happening. I wonder what the backstory is here, but I just saw that one. Thought I'd share that with you. That's a sad story, and obviously the truck in the Walmart parking lot in Texas, you got to wonder about how anybody in their right mind, I guess they aren't in their right mind, how anybody in their right mind could lock up 100 people in a truck. Maybe if convicted, or when convicted, wouldn't it be fascinating to see what those convicts, those crooks, would feel like if they locked them up with no food and water in the back of a truck and stuck them in a hot Texas summer environment? I think it would be only fitting. I mean, if they felt that was obviously fair to do to somebody else, so why would they have a problem with it? Question. Moving right along. Student loan debt up 450% since 2003. 450%. This is going to be a generational issue now. Watch what's going on. We're at $12.68 trillion was the numbers here. Unbelievable. Think about this concept. Maybe that was the total debt, but 1.34 trillion was the amount of the jump. 457% increase since 2003. Think about that. Probably the biggest reason I see people unable to get a new house right now is because of their student loan debt. Now, they're looking at having thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt, yet 10 years, 20 years down the road, they're going to still be paying on that. So what's going to happen to the next generation? Will the current generation be able to help their kids with their student loan debt when they're still paying off their own? Peter Morisi, he's a tenured professor from the University of Maryland, blasting his own institution and all the others, saying that the colleges are way too expensive, bloated, and inefficient. Have we heard that anywhere before, especially on Ron Siegel Radio? Again, it'll only take two pieces of legislation to get this resolved. Number one, privatize student loan debt, and number two, make it dischargeable in bankruptcy. Discharge it in bankruptcy. I promise these institutions will be a lot smarter about whether or not they're going to give out debt or saddle our kids with more student debt. I'm just President Bush, President Obama, again, equal opportunity. Both of them did no justice for our kids. Unbelievable. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to talk about the book, Damsel in Distress. I'm not going to talk about the jokes that I've put on Facebook this morning. You can find those yourself. U.S. housing inventory hits a new low. And gender housing gap. We'll talk about gender housing gap. I wonder where that's coming from. We'll talk about that one as well. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
What if your family business could help clothe a less fortunate family? Or your restaurant could feed truly hungry people? What if you could help to comfort the lonely? Plant sustainable resources where nothing has ever grown before? Or make a child's lifelong wish come true? What if all you had to do was simply do nothing more than what your business already does every day? Would you do it? In introducing...
Hey now, Mr. Chad. Glad to see you there, buddy.
A unique program that turns a percentage of your business's credit card volume into ongoing donation dollars for nonprofit organizations and foundations. Simply switch your credit card processing provider to Processing for a Cause and begin supporting a worthy cause today. The process is simple, and the cause will change lives forever. Processing for a Cause.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel lending team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel lending team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990, the Word on Wealth segment today. Being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you are ready for that new mortgage, if you're out shopping for a new house, the Fast Pass approval, closing your escrow in 17 days. Think about that concept. You gotta love that one. Gender housing gap is the subject today of the Word on Wealth segment. Where women are more housing cost burdened. Average woman earns 80% of what the average man earns, according to the U.S. Census Bureau data. The real-world implications of the pay gap sometimes get lost in the discussion around the issue. Of course, being paid less is bad, but when it comes to things like housing, for example, women may be worse off than the pay gap suggests. What can appear to be a minor pay difference may be the difference between living in affordable housing or not. So let's look at the cities with the largest gender housing gap to see where women are more housing cost burdened compared to men. In order to find the cities with the largest gender housing gap, we looked at data on men's earnings, women's earnings, median gross one-bedroom rent costs, and we found the percent of income required to pay the rent for each group and found the cities with the largest difference. Here is the findings. Housing is expensive in California. Now, boy, that one is a shock to me. I'm really shocked to hear that. No surprise to see how many California cities top the list. They tend to have the high housing costs, making small differences in income between men and women more impactful overall. Men have it better. There are only 7 cities out of 100 that were analyzed where the average woman's earnings would allow her to be unburdened by housing costs while renting the average one-bedroom apartment. For men, there are 63 cities which fulfill the criteria. Colorado, 2 of the top 10 cities with the lowest gender housing gap are in Colorado. Now, I wonder what the now the question that I would ask there, whenever you talk about Colorado, you have to say, is the income gap on the books or off the books? That's just a simple question. Number 1 of the cities, Irvine. Data shows that the average... Whoa! I guess a little bit of a new theme song right there, I guess. When we were trying to, I was trying to find a specific sound bite that might have fit us perfectly when we're talking about Colorado, but Hey guys, stop that. Don't do that stuff in Colorado. Attorney General might be after you. Irvine, California. Data shows the average Irvine woman earns around $41,000 per year. Unfortunately, for Irvine women, the average one bedroom costs $1,785 per month. That means an Irvine woman who earns the area's median salary would have to put 52% of their income toward the average apartment. The situation for men, pretty different in Irvine, California. Men earn substantially more at $71,000 per year. So renting the average one bedroom would cost about 30% of their income. Not good. San Jose is another one of them, pretty serious. Corpus Christi, Texas. Jersey City, New Jersey. Bakersfield? How could... Ow! Yeah, Bakersfield, number 5. I don't even know anybody that wants to live in Bakersfield. Fremont, California. Santa Ana, California. Riverside, California. Laredo, Texas. Plano, Texas. I'll put the whole report on our Facebook page there for you. That is the Word on Wealth segment, again brought to you by our good friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. So we are chatting this morning, or we're going to chat this morning, about fascinating book, Damsel in Distress. I love the title. Girly Antics and Other Wait a second. Girls have antics and shenanigans? Really? Patty Clark is here to chat with us. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning.
Now, if those of you watching Ron Siegel Radio, ronsiegelradio.tv or Facebook, take a look at the attire or the cover of the book here. I don't know if you want to try this, Patty. Are you going to try it on? You're going to try this on air and look at that. Good sport, Patty. Hey, Gene, good to see you. Chad, you're on there with us. Good to see you as well. Doing a little dance for us on Radio Dancing. Good deal. So tell us a little bit about. I haven't had a chance to read. I looked at a little bit of the book. I've had it. I must admit, I'm not a good reader, Patty. I listen to Audible.
I've even had men say they like it.
Well, it's not about the book. It's about me. I just can't read. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, first of all, it's National Tequila Day.
National Tequila Day.
Is it too early to go out and get a margarita?
It's never too early for a margarita. I
kind of need one right now.
Why? We're just talking to a couple friends.
Well, I'm originally from Michigan.
Michigan. We won't hold that against you.
My dad was going to be a priest until he met my mom. And we had 10 kids in our family, so my childhood was pretty chaotic.
10 kids?
10 kids.
I've heard that it was cold in Michigan, but now I know the truth.
The kind of shenanigans we did at home were something like my mother would buy 10 boxes of cereal, one for each of us. And one of my brothers would come in late at night while everyone was sleeping and eat all the cereal, and we could never figure out why the cereal was missing, and that was just one typical thing that went on in our house. That
sounds like something I would do, right? I mean,
it's a brother thing to do.
Well, having beaten anorexia, you're taking the food wherever you can get it.
And they did.
So 10 boxes of cereal, and he got it.
Yeah, it was crazy in our house.
What else? Give me another story. Give me another quickie.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I hate to put you on the spot. Okay,
Well, I got a dart in my head once. My brother threw another brother. It was never a sister, mind you. It was always a brother. He was playing darts.
But then you said it's about girly antics, so this sounds like it's boy antics. He didn't do it on purpose. I should say that. Sorry, Mark. I was sitting too close. He was throwing darts, and one went into my head, and my dad couldn't get it out, and he had to take me to the hospital like that. So that's probably why I'm the way I am. Oh, so when somebody says you must have a hole in your head, they're literal.
Literal.
Okay.
I've been called crazy.
Haven't we all? So now, has anything changed in the last 30 years?
When you're pushing 65, you argue less and put yourself out a whole lot more. Yes, I've mellowed. I used to take life so seriously, and I just don't do that anymore. I figured...
You're not going to get out of it alive.
And make fun.
Make
out
fun.
Of life. For sure.
You gotta have a lot of fun. I mean, we do that. I talk about that on radio all the time, and in our, as you know now, our warm up for our preparation for the show, right? I mean, we're not going to get out of here. It's not serious. We're not doing rocket science. Only Ben Carson does brain surgery, right? The rest of us, we just have a good time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, one thing that's different than 30 years ago is I go to the mirror every morning and look at myself and say, "Who the heck are you?"
Oh, really? you don't recognize that person? Well, so
things change.
They do, and
we have to accept it.
And I think that's good, right? So you wrote a book. Tell us what it's about.
It's really about my life experiences and turning my struggles into humor. I mean, I vented on paper, and it was cheaper than therapy. As I always say, be careful what you say to me, because it might end up in a story.
Interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to get some our pause button, our mute button here, because I am definitely politically incorrect. So I might be giving you some no royalties required. Now, I always say, you know what radio people do. I used to say this all the time, and so you can steal this one if you like. The best thing that a radio host does is plagiarize. Now they tell me it's repurposed, so you got to change the wording, but you can repurpose what we talk about.
Exactly.
Right? Have a little bit of fun. So why'd you write the book? Probably just to get even with somebody?
I was in a very stressful period in my life.
Okay.
And I started writing thoughts down on paper. And those thoughts turned into stories, and it felt very liberating to be able to write my feelings in a fun way.
Interesting. We're going to talk more about that when we come back. Getting the... it'd be a lot better world if a lot of people were able to liberate their feelings through paper instead of some of the actions.
And plus, I wanted to leave it as a legacy for my children.
Okay.
I think life is an investment. We put a lot of energy into it, and it shouldn't go unnoticed.
That sounds like interesting to me. We're going to talk more with Patty Clark when we come back about that damsel in distress, girly antics. We're going to see if we can get some good antics. Maybe you can borrow some of Patty's antics, Patty's stories, and just call them your own. And if anybody out there, if your mom does that, buys 10 boxes of cereal, guys, just borrow a little from your sister. They're not going to know it anyway. We're going to have a little bit more fun. We're going to talk about the U.S. housing inventory. It hits a new low, and we'll see what else we can find to chat about. There's tons on the docket for us. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay's available, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel lending team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Do you own real estate or have assets over $150,000? Do you know one of your heirs will be the probate courts and the IRS? If you don't have a living trust, you will go through probate. Call Heritage Financial Services toll free at 1-855-434-7400 for a free review. Check us out on Facebook, Heritage Financial Service in Lake Forest, California. That's 1-855-434-7400. Again, 1-855-434-7400.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. Are you 62 years of age or older? You tired of making a mortgage payment? Well, they become optional. You can make one or not make one. Tired of paying too much taxes? They're not optional, but you can certainly help manage them with a reverse mortgage. Manage your taxes, manage your Social Security. A lot of different benefits right there. Check it out if you don't know about it. If you think you still understand the 1980s version of the reverse mortgage, well, maybe you're missing something. And today we're going to talk about credit card consolidation. We are seeing a lot more people that are retiring and into their golden years with debt. So what is credit card consolidation? It is the process of combining existing debts into a singular new debt. Opportunity to get yourself out of a bad credit situation. The goal of consolidation is to become debt-free in a quick and cost-effective way. That's the idea. If you have multiple credit card debts, consolidation merges those debts into one account. That way you only make one payment per month to one creditor instead of various payments to many creditors, and this will lessen the stress of having to track payments of different cards. Plus, credit cards consolidation lands you with one interest rate to pay attention to instead of various interest rates. So here's a few different options for you on ways of doing this. Number one, look at what the different programs are out there. I share with you all the time, Credit Karma. Don't look at the scores on there because they don't mean anything. They're not accurate with respect to getting a car loan, a house loan, anything like that. They're just a Vantage score, a FACO score. They're not a FICO score. But on there they have options for different credit cards that are available. Take a look and see if you can find one that has a 0 interest rate for a specific period of time. Transfer the debts from your interest rate cards to that. Continue making those payments. Don't add new debt to the cards that you just paid off through the transfer, and watch your balances go down if you're not paying 20 or 30% interest. Think about that concept. Obviously, we've talked about taking some of the equity out of your home and paying and consolidating debt. The interest rate on your home is irrelevant when you have a lot of credit card and other debts. What's relevant is your blended household interest rate. That's where the relevancy comes in. What is your blended household interest rate? Get that down, continue making the same payments again on that one debt, and again, watch how much quicker all of your debts drop off. I would say in very, very few instances should you ever use retirement funds to consolidate credit card debt. Not a good idea. There may be some situations where it makes sense. Very, very rarely. So be careful of that. And again, if you haven't got your whole debt paid off by using a transfer strategy, take a look. Maybe you need to transfer now to one card, get another card in 6 months, transfer the balance there so you're paying this off over a year. Take a look at the numbers. Give me a call. We'll put together a strategy. I love game planning with people. That is the fun of what I do in trying to help people accomplish their unique sets of goals, because it's not about what anybody else says. There is no one size fits all. You are a unique individual. It's all about you. That is the Your Credit Matters segment, again brought to you by askaboutreversemortgage.com. So we are chatting this morning. Patty Clark is in the house, damsel in distress. We're talking about her book here. How long ago did the book come out, Patty?
June.
June, okay, so still right there, fresh out on these streets. So you probably haven't had any of the individuals that you wrote about in there calling and harassing you too much yet?
No, not yet, although I'm keeping my doors locked.
Keep your doors locked and you don't have a GPS.
Exactly.
I can understand that. Okay, so now we've heard about a brother that threw a dart at you and another brother that kind of hijacked the cereal. Got any other fun stories that might get you in trouble?
Oh.
What does your family think about the book? I mean, what are their thoughts?
Well, I'm beginning to wonder now why they approach me, rolling their eyes and offering me Prozac and a lifetime membership to a psych unit.
Are they still calling? But at least they're still calling you.
I was more worried about my kids because, you know, I've been told I'm Irma Bombeck, only the modern version.
Okay.
And she used to make fun of her family all the time, and so I was a little worried about my kids, but I just kept saying, this is all in fun. And, you know, I wrote a big thing in the beginning of the book about it, you know, giving them credit and explaining myself to them.
If it wasn't for our kids, we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Exactly. I mean, you know, that's half our fun.
Absolutely. Well, that's kind of the dividend we put up with them. Now we get to talk about them, and you got to write about them.
That's right.
Any stories in there that can really cause trouble?
No, I had to keep the real trouble at bay.
Oh, okay,
I couldn't reveal too much.
Oh, that's not fun. Then obviously.
Well, I didn't want them hating me. You know, you gotta still want your kids to love you a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you obviously, while you were writing the book, did not have enough wine.
Oh gosh.
I mean, come on. If you had enough wine, there would be some really...
I probably conquered about 30 bottles of wine during writing that book.
30 bottles of wine?
And a lot of it didn't even get into a glass.
Oh, nice. So you're one of those that does... Well, wait, is it a straw?
I'm not an alcoholic. I just want everybody to know that.
And you wrote this
right off the bat.
And you wrote this in 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
So let's see, 2 weeks, 30 bottles of wine. So that's about 2 a day. And
no, it took me about a year to write that.
A year to write the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lifetime of a compilation and a year to write it.
Well, I started a blog.
Okay. What's your blog?
5 years ago, I think it was 5 years ago, maybe. Within 4 posts, I was picked up by a Kansas newspaper.
Wow.
And I wrote a column for them for 2 years, The Parson's Son.
Okay.
And so, what was your question again? There I go.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about the wine.
The wine, yeah.
So here's the question, though. Okay, and I know I go off script a lot. So people, I've got ADD. So I'm like I tell my wife she's a squirrel, but on radio so am I.
And I lose my memory a lot, so we're even.
That's okay. I hear the mind is the second thing to go. Straw, or do you just tip the bottle back? You said that you didn't use a glass.
No, I didn't even think about a straw. But then if I used a straw and it dropped in, then I'd be in trouble. I mean, the straw wasn't going to work.
You need an extra long straw. Okay, so you're the bottle tipper. I get it. Okay. So after all this writing and introspective, I guess we can call it, right? So if you had the chance, who'd you like to be for a day?
Ellen DeGeneres. I think she's funny and she gets to give great gifts away to people, and James Corden is one of my favorites. I mean, he gets to sit in a car and sing with celebrities during his carpool karaoke. How fun is that? So either one of them.
I think if I were you, I would stick with the Ellen DeGeneres part.
Because James is a guy?
No, because he's in the car and it wouldn't be very apropos to have the wine there.
Oh.
Right? I mean, you got to really be careful if you're going to have the wine in the car. Right? So at least Ellen, she can have, no one knows what's in the glass that she's got on the table. And maybe she can even give away some trips to wine country.
Well, I don't take wine to the grocery store, and I spend a lot of time there. I don't, yeah.
Oh, so you're okay. Well, I thought when you were talking about writing the book in 2 weeks and 30 bottles.
People might say I'm a whiner, but never a wino.
Okay, so it just depends on whether you've got the H or not. just saying, moving right along here. So, what are some of the comments you're getting back on the book?
Where do you come up with this stuff? Honestly, that's the number one thing people say to me. And the other thing is that they can relate to my stories.
Really? Mm-hmm. So are the stories in there, are they, what do they call it? Artistic liberties? Or are they all just the way they happened?
With a little artistic liberties. That's the fun of writing, and we get that freedom to do that.
So you're able to get in there and just embellish a little bit?
Embellish a little bit, but most of it's true. They all come from true stories that happened. And
do you have a favorite story out of the book?
Oh, gosh. A favorite? No, but I ask other people who their favorites are. And I've been told The Comedy of Airheads.
The Comedy of Airheads.
Airheads is one title. When You Wish Upon a Star, someone told me that was their favorite. What else?
Interesting. Okay, so but you don't have out of all of that stuff, it's all a level playing field for you.
Level playing field. Most of it has to do with my kids and growing up. I do write stories about when I was growing up and things that happened.
Walking uphill both ways in the snow 5 miles, all that kind of good stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's why I moved to California.
I can understand. Well, Michigan gets a little cold. I've been there.
I had a house with one of those really long driveways, and it was May, and it was a blizzardy day where the snow doesn't stop, so it's just piling up.
In May.
And I had 2 gals across the street that used to come over and use their snowblower on my driveway for me, but they were gone. And I got out there with a shovel, and I was shoveling every 2 hours so I could get my car out of the garage. And that's when I said, I've had enough. I'm moving to California. I can't do this anymore.
Well, we'll keep on figuring these things out.
Plus, I had to take like 3 baths a day just to keep warm.
Oof. Again, you were not drinking enough wine.
I wasn't drinking wine back then.
See, that's the problem.
I started when I moved to California.
Okay. Well, we've got good wine out here. Could throw a few shout-outs out there. Robin, good to see you with us this morning. Tina, nice to see you. Dave, the mayor of Orange, or thereabouts. Craig, good to see you as well. Glad to see you all out there with us, and you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the U.S. housing inventory hits a new low. What are you going to do about it? We'll talk about it. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And whatever you do, stay tuned, because we're going to be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Isn't it time you found out the truth about FHA-insured home equity conversion? No, it's not your grandfather's reverse mortgage. This just may be the finest financial planning strategy available for all homeowners of retirement age. Helping protect what you've earned is the job of your board of directors with continued education. Major research has shown that using a HECM will significantly enhance the success rate of a retiree's portfolio and legacy. Please allow us to educate. For your complimentary consultation, call Jay Kaplan
Call in at 949-300-3855. That's 949-300-3855.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 0186945 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T to 79564. NEST, N-E-S-T to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. They're out there looking for it, and there's not a lot of housing out there. So you better get on that. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Been chatting about it all morning. U.S. housing inventory hits a new low. What do you think? Do you think it might be the right time now for you to list your house? Every summer, families across the country decide if this will be the year they sell their current house and move into their dream home. Mortgage rates have hovered around 4% for all of 2017, forcing buyers off the fence and into the market, resulting in incredibly strong demand right now. At the same time, inventory levels of homes for sale have dropped dramatically as compared to this time last year. Trulia reported that U.S. home inventory has tumbled 8.9% over the past year and has now fallen for 9 consecutive quarters. There is now 20% less inventory than there was 5 years ago. Putting up a chart right now of the percentage change in inventory by category. The bottom line, demand for your home is very strong right now, while your competition, that would be other homes for sale, is at a historically low level. If you're thinking of selling in 2017, now may be the perfect time. And I'll give you a quick example. Young family recently decided they wanted to get a bigger home. So they went and found a home, put an offer in it on, I think it was Saturday, sold their existing home on Sunday, full price, cash offer, and they're in contract on 2 homes on Monday. Think about that concept. Houses are selling extremely quick right now if they're, number one, priced properly, and second, if you've got a great real estate professional helping to market them properly. Now, I'm going to share with you right now that I don't sell real estate. I do have a license, but I do know some really, really outstanding real estate professionals in the market. Be more than happy to make an introduction for you to help you get one of those great real estate professionals on your team. That is the Real Time Real Estate segment, again brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. We are continuing our conversation this morning. We're talking with Patty Clark. She wrote this book, Damsel in Distress, Girly Antics and Other Shenanigans. Now, I don't know about this, Patty. I'm going to throw you a curveball right here a little bit. I hear about girly antics and other shenanigans, and all we've heard about is your brother hitting you in the head with a dart and another brother taking all the cereal. What are some of the shenanigans? You got to find something that some good scoop here.
You mean from my past?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the annex.
Well, they'd have to get the book and read definitely Comedy of Airheads, that piece in there, because it's about my two girlfriends and I was the blondish redhead, and the other was a real blonde, like platinum blonde, and the other one's a dark-haired, black-haired girl. And we were trying to put her granddaughter in a car seat in a contraption, so we're all technologically impaired, and trying to take this child out, and never ended up doing it because her daughter put the kibosh on it because we were. But it's a crazy story, but it is one of my favorites because we had a lot of fun. I had fun writing it, and they had a lot of fun reading it after because they were in it.
Well, one of the things that I have a big challenge with is, and I've shared this publicly on radio before, is that I'm a horrible, horrible reader. Even though I study about 4 hours a day to get ready for a radio show. But I'm looking at your book here, and it looks like almost every chapter is about 4 pages. So even somebody like me could get into it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just short.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fascinating. So we'll have to know now that you might be a great author. But I don't know about the babysitting if you're going to take the grandkids out and put them in a car seat.
My newest granddaughter is 2, and they haven't let me babysit alone yet. I don't know. I gotta wonder.
Well, maybe there's either some shenanigans going on, or maybe they read the book. Is there information about your daughter in here that maybe not be flattering to her? Could that be the problem?
No, I don't even remember if one of these stories is in there, but it can't be because the book was being ready to be published. But it is a story in my blog, and they came to visit and went through all my cupboards and refrigerator looking for all the expiration dates, and were throwing stuff out, and so they're very conscious about all that stuff.
Okay.
It goes right over my head.
Okay, so have you gotten a lot of attention from the book?
Yeah, I got a lot of attention from the column.
Okay.
I was also a 6-time contest winner on humorpress.com, so I got attention there. But probably the most attention I've ever gotten was the year I went to a Halloween party as Dolly Fartin. I put balloons inside my blouse and a whoopee cushion inside my pants.
Now that would be fun.
It was the only time I let strangers touch my boobs.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta, now, is there a chapter about that in here?
I don't know if that's. I don't think that one's in there.
Okay. Tell us, you went Dolly Fartin. So you had a whoopee cushion and
balloons.
Balloons.
Stuck them inside my blouse.
So, sounds like. Well, so you gotta have fun. Sounds like you have a good time.
Although the Halloween party I won the costume was, and you folks have to be pretty much my age to remember this, but do you remember Sonny and Cher's show when she played Laverne?
I think I do.
The cat glasses and the leopard outfit. I went as Laverne and I won the costume.
Yeah, I remember a lot of things about the Sonny and Cher show, and her costumes were pretty good too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't. Are they going to make a movie out of this?
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be something if they did?
Who would be the actress?
Goldie Hawn or Jamie Lee Curtis could probably pull off a good damsel in distress.
Yeah, I think they would probably have a little bit of fun. Overall message. What are we supposed to take? What are takeaways from the book?
Well, when you're in your darkest moments of despair, just make as much fun out of life as you can. I mean, it's really healing, and it brings you out of the darkness, you know, when you can laugh at yourself. My book is self-deprecating humor for sure, and it's good when you can reveal that about yourself. Those, what am I trying to say?
We can just get out there and have a good time. Right, I mean, I think a lot of times when we get so serious and we start taking the world too serious, and it sounds like you've found a way through your writing to relieve some of that stress, and through some of the stories to just have a good time and go out there and enjoy life. And I'm looking at it, four pages per chapter. Even somebody like, well, I'll throw some of my own self-deprecating. I can sit in the bathroom and read a chapter.
One of my posts on Facebook and Instagram, because I post pictures all the time.
I hope not when you're in the bathroom.
One of them is in the basket next to the toilet, and it says, "Good bathroom reading material."
There you go. Damsel in Dismess is the website. www.damselindismess.com. Go on there and see if we can possibly get a copy or get your copy of the book. And be sure to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.